Hello world! Dave here, you may call me Modown Joe. Welcome back to Let's Play Cthulhu Saves the World. The party got kind of bored without me, so they kind of just started talking on their own. I have no control over it. So, it's a kind of an interesting conversation from what I could tell, but... Yeah, I mean, you think that just happens naturally? He has to use magic. I mean, look at how little MP he has. It kills him. And he spends all the focusing on his suffering. Anyway, I guess that's about the extent of what we've been doing waiting around there. So let's just go ahead and continue exploring the rest of the dungeon, or town dungeon. I still gotta... This is probably the most ingenious dungeon design I've ever seen in any game ever. I mean, you even managed to throw in a shop in the middle of it. Like this guy right here. He is the shop for the town. And since it's a dungeon as well, there's no good weapons here, just poison trident, which does not make up for the loss of damage that Flood would use if we use that, and the sharp blade, which we already picked up. But the armor is all good. We're gonna be holding on to the zombie tunic until the end of the dungeon, but the hero's tunic is still good, and there's also the lovely chest, silver hilt. I'm gonna be equipping all these and selling all the old junk, and I'll just meet you back when that's all said and done. So take care. Alright, everything's sold, everything's in a good position. We got all the new gear, except for Cthulhu's. He's still using the tunic the zombie tunic, because, well, they're not going to be doing too much outside of just meaninglessly slapping us. Anyway, we can't get past through this little barricade, so we're just going to have to make our way through the house. That's a common theme with this dungeon, I must admit, and I really do like it, although the developer commentary was mentioning that they kind of screwed something up here, like you could infinitely grind through there, but I didn't see it. Yeah, who's she? Well, thank you for spoiling it 5 seconds before she introduces herself to us. It's more like he got depowered by something. It's a long story. Yeah, talents. You probably also could use someone other than Umi to cling to, you know? Someone with more talent. I probably shouldn't be making the jokes. This game's funny enough on its own. But at the same time, though, it doesn't rely entirely on humor. That was my one complaint with Breath of Death 7, the other game, that it tried to be nothing but funny. It didn't even care beyond that about the characters. This game, you know, it's still funny, but at least it tries to tell a good story, and that's why I like to use the Shaun of the Dead comparison. I mean, it's like, well, use Scary Movie for Breath of Death 7. Anyway, let's go check out what October has. Yeah, really original name. Even the dev doesn't like his naming abilities. Whoops is not a bad equipment. It can stun enemies 50% of the times, and but her spells are her meat, her potatoes. I mean, she is literally a black mage. That is what she does. She casts spells by the buttload, and you watch her just destroy everything. But not bad at all. I gotta admit, she does a good job at that. Like I said earlier, a lot of the enemies here weak to fire, so we are going to be taking very good advantage of that. Cat dictionary. Hold on, let me open my terminal. No such file found. Okay. Yeah, no one's going to get that joke. Unless you happen to read XKC. Alright, we got some more new enemies, though. Scale Eagles and Necromancers. The Scale Eagles, they're nothing fancy. The Necromancers, do not leave them for last. They have a spell called Raise Dead, which will revive all the enemies on the field at 1 HP, but it's still kind of annoying. You gotta take them out. Well, they're not priority number 1. Their spells are a little annoying, but take them out all the same. I'd take them out relatively quickly, I would say. Female Necromancers are much cuter. Obviously, they meant to introduce that to us a little bit, hoping we would get here a little bit earlier. Oh well. But anyway, these guys are not... a lot of the enemies here will not be much of a threat anymore with October by our side, especially large groups of zombies or death leaders, because they're just gonna toast them. I mean, not like we weren't already doing a lot already. And Sharp can learn either Flame Strike or Ice Strike at this level. I figure Cthulhu's got Flame Strike covered, so we can go ahead with Ice Strike. relatively the same, and I think more enemies are resistant to fire than ice, so... And October gets a level up and learns... we can either boost her MP, her magic, or give her more MP after every battle. I kind of like the latter. Lets her go hog wild late game with all her spells. Anyway, let's check the houses. I mean, this is a town. You figure in any RPG, you're allowed to loot the houses of each town. And yes, I will be going back to that chest later. And I did not notice it my first run through, but take my word for it, I will be going back and picking up that chest and all this stuff in there. Anyway, what's your problem? Well, you're gonna have to get used to this zombie apocalypse, man. They're just not gonna go away. It's gonna be here forever and ever. Cthulhu loves the zombies too much. He's too pro-zombie, what can you say? I mean, hell, go back to the Shaun of the Dead comparison. They can live together. Anyway, the Alchemist dress, we'll pick that up for Umi, and it's crap. Umi will get a poison ability later on, but even so, it's not worth the hit and damage to use the Alchemist dress at all. So we're just gonna go ahead and hold on to that for later. So make our way around through here, and we will be able to pick up a nice little bonus. Wait, actually, weren't we just here? Yeah, that's actually one problem I admit. I do get lost a little too easily in this dungeon, but hopefully that won't be a problem later on. Well, when I go back to it and pick up that one lost chest. Because I am a completionist for you. I will make sure that you see everything that needs to be seen. And every bonus dungeon I will go to. That is that is what I'm going to do here. It's right there. Ask me, it's right there. Yeah. Sometimes I just I don't know why I feel so tongue-tied. Yeah. So, anyway, I must admit that I do like I said, I do love this is probably one of the most original concepts I've ever seen for a dungeon in any game ever, and I do applaud it greatly. Yeah, we were supposed to go to the left, not to the right. But anyway, after that battle, Cthulhu happened to... No, it wasn't Cthulhu. It was October that learned a new spell, Freeze, which is single target, and it is a combo finisher. So, deals more damage as you build up the combo. It'll be useful in certain fights, but really, probably won't be using it all that much, I will admit. So anyway, let's just make our way through this. I have to admit, I remember, like, the Breath of Death 7, it's like, he would put the developer would just put one object for each type, for, like, each thing, and that'd be it. And I actually like he took the time to put different little notes on each thing. Anyway, here we get the Bane Sword, which is... Well, we'll be using that throughout the entire dungeon. As you can see, 100% damage to undead. If you are living in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and you are abandoning your house, why are you leaving this behind? Seriously, it's kind of sad that you will not be able to see how much damage that the Bane Sword will actually be pulling out. I mean, holy cow, tentacles will be ripping these zombies to shreds. It's just so much carnage. I don't normally use that when I talk about RPGs, but it destroys out all the... Cthulhu will be a one zombie wrecking machine. It's just sad that he doesn't have much speed. Anyway, can go around here, but nothing too interesting. Mr. Tittles. This is a reference to another game you guys made, because the only two that I saw on Steam, I didn't see much of anything. I didn't see any characters named Mr. Tittles or anything like that. What? You don't put your hamsters in the microwave. It's just don't use hamster on microwave. It's very simple. That's how you don't get your hamsters to explode. I figured I'd try to be a little more subtle with my jokes if they're gonna be making references like that. Anyway, we have to go up here to get through the rest of the dungeon. These zombies, by the way, I'm not joking when I say these zombies will not go away at the end. The developer actually wanted to do it like that, but I don't know, he got a little lazy and thought he wouldn't be able to meet his deadlines. If I could use that to take a little rant about deadlines for indie developers, don't worry about them. I'll probably make a video about this some other time, but don't worry about them. I end up missing out on one of my favorite games, getting disappointed about one of my favorite games this year because there was a stated deadline and he didn't meet it, but, well, I was sure it was going to be one of my favorite games anyway, but if he never announced a release date, I'm sure it didn't matter. Yeah, right. Tell that to my Galaxy Nexus. Anyway, that's the end of the dungeon. We managed to make it through, and all we got left is one boss, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch around my equipment because well, this boss happens to have some... Oh, I actually wore out the random encounter counter. Anyway, this boss is not a zombie, so obviously we're gonna want something a little more heft there. And also, he can use spells, so... Alright, let's go take on Nyarlthrotep. Nyarlthrotep. Is that how you pronounce it? Nyarlthrotep. Nyarlthrotep. It's almost as at least Cthulhu is pronounceable. I'm glad he actually put zombies first. That actually kind of fits with him. For now, anyway. But it's boss time against Nyarlthrotep. But first off, how about we show off some of the new team attacks that we happen to get for having new party members. So I think we'll open up with Dark Spiral. One thing I should note is that Nyarlthrotep is weak against Holy, but resistant against Dark. So we don't have any Holy attacks, though. Not for a long while. It's endgame stuff, but for the most part, we're gonna be. Pardon me. For the most part, these guys are not too much of a problem. We'll probably end up dealing some pain here, but let's start off with poisoning the guy. Poisoning bosses is always usually a good idea, honestly. Just it helps to have any extra damage you can, especially if it happens to I don't know, bring in extra combo meter like called Kraken. I don't know. Trust us, the combo meter will be a big help for speeding up this boss fight. We will be needing some serious burst damage, and we'll be using off Cthulhu and Sharp's little team attack, Reckless Charge, for it. One thing you want to make sure about Reckless Charge... actually, one thing you should know about this boss... I mean, he has some attacks that hit hard, and he can really drain everyone's MP, but the big thing you want to watch out for is that he has a version of Raised Dead that actually revives those fat zombies with full HP, so if you can hold back on killing the fat zombies, that's good. But, you know, if they die, whatever, he wastes a turn reviving them. Nope, no, it's not off your back. But anyway, Reckless Charge is going to be our big thing here, but one thing you gotta know about Reckless Charge is, well, it's reckless. You use it once you get down, once you use it, your HP drops to... HP of Sharp and Cthulhu drop down to 1, so absolutely, positively, only use it when you think you can kill the guy or get him very close. And we will be doing just that. Might take another turn, though. Yeah, 13:32, nah, not at this point. Just for the most part, just tear into this guy. He's got some nasty hits, and keep your HP up, especially keep your heal as necessary with everything you got, well, except for Cthulhu and Sharp, because they're gonna be just recklessly charging in any second now. Yes, this is time. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, everyone heals up, and we just go ahead and just completely demolish everything here. Ooh. Nicely done, guys. Nicely done. And all we got left is one zombie to deal with. Nothing fancy. We've seen these fat zombies before. Hey, Sharp's still alive. Alright, we beat him. Whew, that was a tough fight. Cthulhu makes it to level 15, and he can learn Dark Blast, 2 different varieties. I would go with the combo finisher because, again, I'm building towards magic and towards physical attack, and neither of those are really going to be doing too much damage either way, so might as well go with the Dark Magic that deals magic damage. Alright, and Stalwart Heart, also not bad. I like the one that defends better than the Strength, than Sharpen. Though, Sharpen's not a bad buff either. We'll be getting someone else that can kind of do similar buffs later, so honestly, it's not necessary to have a self buff for that. Yep. Sure, just use that as an excuse to... The developer also thought it'd be funnier. I'm honest. I'll be honest, I didn't laugh at that. And like I said, that frothy mugs of milk joke comes back again. Anyway, I guess that will wrap it up for this episode, so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure don't fear the Reaper. I'm Dave. Take care, everybody.